Happy Monday. Hopefully you guys made some money betting NCAA this opening weekend. We've got some NBA action today. We're not going to take the day off. We're going to continue to roll with the money, baby. So let's dive into these three best bets in the NBA. Let's get it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm bringing down my favorite picks and plays of the day as you just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Now, yesterday we didn't do a show on the channel, but over the weekend we did a show on Friday and on Saturday. I gave you guys a few picks. So let's kind of recap the weekend real quick. So on Friday we went 2-3. All right, we cashed on Texas A&M on the money line, no sweat bet there. We cashed in as well on Grand Canyon spread, but we did lose on our New Mexico money line. Tough game. I was on boots on ground in that matchup, and the fans were there. They tried to rally New Mexico. They just couldn't get any shots to fall. Just a tough shooting night there. And then we also lost on the Grand Canyon St. Mary's under, and then we also did lose TCU late night as we parlayed them with Alabama. So that was our Friday card. Now on Saturday I gave you guys a short with two quick plays in it. I gave you one with UNC on the spread, no sweat bet there, they covered. And then I also told you to take Iowa State on the money line and parlay them with NC State on the money line. That would have gotten you a plus cheeky just around there. And guess what? That cashed as well. So 2-0 on Saturday, 2-3 on Friday. You can see our year-to-date record right here. March Madness hasn't started off like the best on the channel, but it hasn't started off the worst. And hopefully you guys made a lot of money on Saturday betting some of those favorites. I know a lot of us are looking for the dogs. Yesterday there were a few dogs to be able to take advantage of in Texas A&M. I gave that out as a best bet inside the Discord group. That was like my favorite pick of the day. But then also we saw Clemson be able to, win. But overall, hopefully you had a good weekend here. I know we did with DYF Bet, so I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, like the channel, and let's dive into the best bets for today. Now, for my first best bet of the day, we are, like I said, all these picks on the NBA, no college basketball on today. And the first pick I'm going to go with is with the hometown Knicks here. We're going to take Miles McBride over 13.5 points, minus 125 odds. Now, many of you guys might not know who Miles McBride is. I'm not always the biggest fan of taking player props on role players, but Miles McBride is a guy that I'm willing to take a risk on tonight as the Knicks are taking on the Detroit Pistons. Now, the Detroit Pistons absolutely suck if we're being all the way honest. They give up the 7th most points to shooting guards, and Miles McBride, even though that he is more of a role player here on this Knicks squad, he's been playing significant minutes over the last few games, and you can bet on that when you've got Tom Thibodeau teams. If you look at his last 3 games, 48 minutes against the Nets, 44 minutes against the Nuggets, 47 minutes against the Warriors, and in 2 of those 3 games, he scored 29 points against the Warriors. He had 26 points last night. And he only had 11 points against the Nuggets, but guess what? He shot it 4 of 9 times, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. So the volume was there for a role player, but yesterday is a game where I watched him on Saturday. I think that's when they played the Nets. 9 of 16 from the field, 6 of 12 from the three-point line. So the confidence is there. The volume is there. And 13.5 points is a pretty low number because it's supposed to be a low-scoring game. But when you really think about it, I'm more depending on the Knicks to be able to keep this game lower scoring. Get into that in a little bit. But overall, I do think that Miles McBride is going to be the guy on this Knicks team besides Jalen Brunson getting his 32, 33 points. That's going to help chip in a few points here, considering the fact that 1, he's getting the minutes, and 2, he's willing to put up the shots to get the volume. Now, also keep in mind that the Pistons are a team that do like to play fast, 8th in the league in pace of play, and I think that's, again, just going to benefit the Knicks with more offensive possessions. With OG Anunoby probably not playing in this matchup, but he's been out over the last few games, guess what? More playing time again for McBride. And like I said, Thibodeau is one of those guys that is going to play him for damn near the entire game like he did last game. 2nd most points are given up to shooting guards over the last 15 games for the Pistons. So give me Miles McBride at home in a pretty good spot, coming off a strong performance against the Nets to run it back today. For just 14 points we need, my boy, he should be able to get it done. Now, for my second best bet of the day, I'm going to stick within this game, and I said I was going to get back to that in a second because the New York Knicks and Detroit Pistons going at it, and I like the under 209, minus 110. Now, the Knicks here are been an under cash cow. It's been an angle that I've been exploiting several times on the channel, and I know there are going to be some people who don't want to take NBA unders. I get it, Ryan, but listen, this has been an angle that's been working, and guess what? Today, I think this is another matchup for Detroit Pistons team that's absolutely depleted right now, and they have not been able to score the ball. Keep in mind that the Knicks and the Pistons are both some of the lowest scoring teams in the league. The Knicks are 8th lowest in scoring. The Pistons are 7th. So both of these teams are not known for putting up a ton of points. But when you look at it on the other side, the Pistons are ranked near the bottom in scoring defense, but the Knicks are second best in the NBA in terms of points allowed per game. And then they get even stronger, averaging about 3 to 4 points less when they're at the Garden. And guess what? They're at the Garden today. Now, if we dive in a little bit further into the numbers, the Knicks are 44-26 to the under this year and 26-10 to the under at the Garden. But ever since they traded for OG Anunoby and got that team a little bit more defensive, the Knicks are 30-8 to the under this year and 20-4 to the under at home. So again, they are trending to the under in a lot of their games. And even though OG Anunoby might not play in today's matchup, like I mentioned in the last play, I do think that this is a position for the Knicks defense to really be able to step in. And when you look at the fact that this Pistons team has been absolutely decimated by injuries, you got to ask yourself, where's the scoring going to come from? Isaiah Stewart out with the hamstring injury. Quentin Grimes out with the knee injury. Jalen Duren is questionable with the back. Ausar Thompson, he's been out for the last few games. Kate Cunningham, he probably might play today. He didn't play yesterday. So there's a lot of injury news that's surrounding this Pistons team. They're going against a very stout Knicks defense, and this Knicks team is not looking to outscore you. They're just trying to do Jalen in the half-court offense, be able to get a few buckets here and there, slow the tempo down, get to the free throw line, stretch out the defense, hitting a few threes with DiVincenzo, McBride. Josh Hart gets a few scrappy second chance buckets and a little few free throws. They win this game 105-90. Like, that's what I'm expecting, right? So for me, this is just a game where now we just need to be able to keep the scoring low. I know it's a low total, but when the NBA gives us low totals, the books gives us low totals, it grabs my attention. Not overthinking this. Let's just go with the numbers here. Knicks, Pistons, under 209. Buy the hook as well, so we can get it to 209.5, and we should be able to cash in on that. Is our second best bet of the day. Now, our third and final best bet of the day might be a little bit of a popular pick, but it's a pick that has been cashing, and we're going to throw it on the channel. Let's see how it does for us. We're going to go with Jalen Green over 26.5 points, minus 125 odds. Now, 27.5 is playable as well if you got this on your book, but that's kind of where the number that I'll put it at. Now, everybody knows what's going on with Jalen Green. If you've been paying attention to the sports world, you've been connecting that with pop culture. We know that Jalen Green's got a little bit more incentive to play now, and he's been playing like it, okay? I don't know what Drea's got working with her, but she's got this man playing his best basketball of his career right now, and he's been hooping. In his last game on Saturday, 41 points against the Utah Jazz, 15 of 22 from the field, 7-11 from the three-point line. Over the last 5 games, he's been averaging 34.5 points per game on 56% shooting. You can't make up those numbers. What he's doing right now is absolutely incredible. Now he's going against a Blazers defense that are bottom 7 in points allowed and also giving up the 5th most points per game to point guards. Nah, man, I think that Jalen Green is going to be able to get his buckets today. And for me, I like the way that he's been playing. I like the volume that he's been shooting at. And I also like the fact that he's had success against the Blazers in the past. He's played them twice this year, including earlier this month where he scored 27 points. He's averaging 28 points per game against them in 2 matchups this year, and we've seen the Blazers get burned by guards in the past. Look at their last game against the Nuggets. Reggie Jackson had 23 points. Reggie Jackson, come on now. Paul George, 31 and 28 points in this game before that. Now, I get Paul George's not a point guard, but he's a primary ball handler like Jalen Green. DeRozan in the game before that, 28 points per game, and that was just over the last 5 games. So now we've got a Rockets team at home today who's the #1 scoring team in the NBA over the last 3 games, so that's really due in part to how Jalen Green has been playing and the fluidity there in the offense. And for me, this is a team that is still in contention for that last playing spot. They're on the Warriors' heel, so they're going to be motivated to play today. This is a great opportunity and matchup for Jalen Green to continue to play how he's been playing against a very weak Blazers team. Give me Jalen Green over 26.5 points as our third and final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this Monday slate. 2 player props. 1, Miles McBride over 13.5 points. Jalen Green over 26.5 points. And also give me the under in the Knicks and the Pistons game. For more picks and plays I might drop throughout the day, as we're going to be managing our bankroll a little bit today, get our feet wet back in the NBA. Make sure you click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, and then we're going to continue to cash on those winners together. All right, my friends? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's get it. Let's have a day. Later, gang.